Connecting with the divine, beloved child, take a moment now and open your heart to listen to me attentively, for every word I whisper to you is not by chance. It is a call from the soul that will touch the depths of your being, reminding you that even when everything seems silent, I am present, watching every gesture, every thought, and every desire that arises within you, guiding you with love and care. Please, do not miss this special video. It is a message from God to illuminate your day. Click like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We want to reach 1,000 subscribers to spread even more faith and hope. Watch until the end. Click on the first comment and discover the secret ritual to attract money and prosperity. There are invisible forces acting around you, spiritual battles that your eyes have not yet perceived, but your soul clearly senses, and that is why I say to you, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10, reminding you that even in the moments of greatest affliction, my hand never leaves you. The visible world is only the surface, and beneath it, currents and spiritual storms try to influence your heart, mind, and dreams. But I am greater than any force, and my love is stronger than any darkness. Every sigh, every decision you make, is observed, protected, and contested, and my presence is your shield and unwavering refuge, leading you on the path of truth and peace that transcends all human understanding. Comment, I trust in God's love, He is my refuge. Beloved child, listen carefully, for every word I speak to you is not mere coincidence, but a whisper from my heart to yours. Many around you live unaware of the invisible danger surrounding them. They see only the external problems, lack of resources, family conflicts, illness, and think it is just life happening. But I tell you, dear child, that behind every challenge there are invisible chains of attack, strategies of the enemy to divert you from the path I have set for you. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12. Look beyond what is visible, child, and learn to discern the subtle signs that indicate an attempt of spiritual intrusion in your life, for every worry that arises, every thought that distracts you, can be a door the enemy wants to open. Your perception and vigilance are powerful weapons against the deceits of the evil one, and every moment you heed my voice strengthens your spirit and inner armor. Comment, God is my strength and my shield. I trust in Him completely. Do not be deceived, my child. The attack never comes with noise or explicit signs. It appears subtly, disguised as worry, fatigue, trivial distractions, thoughts that seem harmless. But behind them, there are intentions to weaken your faith, steal your peace, and divert your focus from my purpose. It is time to raise the walls of your heart and close the doors of your life to what does not come from me. When you respond to my call, I send protection, deliverance, and strength so that you may persevere, even amid silent storms. Many settle, thinking problems are mere circumstances of life, unaware that an invisible hand is blowing contrary winds to test their faith and shape their character. Every challenge you face has a divine purpose, to perfect your patience, strengthen your faith, and prepare you for the moments of victory that are reserved for you. Comment, my faith remains firm, even in times of trial. Beloved child, every moment of alertness is an opportunity to act wisely. If the fire is still small, it can be easily extinguished, but if you let it grow, it will consume everything around it. Spiritual battle is like this, child, a series of small choices that determine the course of your life. Neglecting the warning signs means allowing small cracks to become open doors for the enemy, and every decision made now resonates in your eternity. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans chapter 12 verse 21. It is not just about what your eyes see, but what I operate in the invisible, guiding, protecting, and strengthening you. Recognizing the enemy's presence and responding consciously is an act of faith that transforms your life, creates spiritual barriers, and prepares you to receive the blessings already determined for you. Beloved child, I know that many times you have felt that circumstances were greater than your ability to endure. You may have thought difficulties would crush you. But listen closely, I am already working in your favor. Every element of the universe, every wind, every star, is aligned to lead you with care and love. There are promises written for you even before you were born, and the doors of abundance are open for those who trust in me. Do not fear what you see with human eyes. Trust what I see and operate in your favor in the invisible. Even when everything seems dark, there is light guiding your steps. I am the source of your hope, child, and everything I have prepared for you is safe and certain. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. Beloved child, times of prosperity are about to arrive in your life. The blessings you have been waiting for are not mere wishes of the heart. They are promises I planted within you from the very beginning, aligned with the order of the universe, all in your favor. Prepare yourself, for every detail of your life is under my attentive gaze, and nothing will prevent the harvest I have reserved for you from manifesting. A secure home, true peace, complete joy, and the freedom you long for are not just dreams, they are guarantees of my faithfulness. Your patience, perseverance, and faith will be rewarded, and every struggle you face will serve as a multiplier of blessings, strengthening your spirit and opening doors you have not yet imagined. Remember that children who persevere in faith, even in the midst of trials, see their lives transformed, because I fulfill what I promise, and no effort devoted to my work will be in vain. Trust, for I am working in your favor in every circumstance, even those that seem difficult or unfair. Comment, I am ready to receive God's blessings with gratitude. Beloved child, understand that the attack against you did not begin yesterday. It was planned long before your mind could imagine. The enemy knows your weaknesses, fears, and pains and seeks to exploit every vulnerability to bring you down, but I called you to be strong and to stand firm. Just as David faced Goliath with faith, courage, and trust in me, you must look to me and not to the size of your problems. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. Every difficulty, every fear or anguish that arises is only a test of your trust in me, and the strength you need is not in your own abilities but in my constant presence. I am your shield, your fortress, and your unshakable rock. As long as you walk with me, no plan of the enemy will prevail. Stay alert to the signs, child, but do not allow fear to dominate your heart, for victory is already assured for those who trust in my power. Comment, God is my rock, in him I find strength and courage. Beloved child, observe the world around you carefully. Many seeds I planted in hearts ready to bear fruit were torn away by opposing winds because their owners did not remain steadfast. You were not called to fall, you were called to stand firm until the harvest, even amid storms. Signs of spiritual attack can appear in subtle ways: disturbed dreams, peace that fades, prayers that lose fervor, thoughts that distract your attention from me. Do not ignore these signs, for they are alerts that the battle is happening and that your response now will determine your future. Your vigilance, prayer, and active faith are powerful instruments that prevent the enemy from advancing and strengthen the spiritual ground surrounding you. Keep your heart open and your mind alert, for every step you take in faith contributes to the multiplication of the blessings I have prepared. Beloved child, never forget that you were called to be a conqueror. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, every trial an invitation to trust more deeply in me. The harvest awaiting you is greater than any adversity you may face, and I am with you in every moment, protecting your paths, guiding your decisions, and safeguarding your dreams. Trust in my care, for no enemy can prevent the good I have planned from fully manifesting in your life. Stand firm, beloved child, for the time of harvest has come, and your life will be full of joy, peace, and abundance, according to my promise. Every challenge you face will be transformed into learning, every tear into strength, and every effort into reward. Walk confidently, for I will never fail you. Your victory is assured, and your heart will be filled with the certainty of my eternal love. Beloved child, pause for a moment and open your heart to my voice. I am not speaking at random, nor are my words coincidental. They are a call to the depths of your being, a gentle reminder that though the world around you may seem calm, battles rage beyond your sight. Your life is much like a house standing upon unstable ground. You can paint the walls, decorate the rooms, and pretend everything is well, but if the foundation is weak, the structure will inevitably crumble. This is the truth of your spirit. Smiles can hide sorrow, and kind words can mask weakness, but these are mere illusions. The strength you seek, the peace you long for, lies in reinforcing the unseen foundation, your connection to me. For I am the cornerstone upon which your soul must rest, firm and immovable, unshaken by the tempests of this world. Every day I watch over you, not as a distant observer, but as a loving guardian, eager to guide you to vigilance and wisdom. Comprehend this: the battles you face are not only external, they begin within. Your thoughts, your memories, your fears, and your hesitations are the subtle cracks that, if left unattended, allow the enemy to infiltrate. You were not made to endure life passively. You were designed to stand upright, armed and alert, aware of the forces that seek to undermine you, yet confident in the power I place in your hands. I invite you now to recognize the authority and responsibility that rest in your grasp. Just as a general observes an approaching army and fortifies his walls, you must learn to discern the forces that encircle you, unseen yet present. These are not fantasies or exaggerated fears, they are real, subtle, and persistent. The enemy does not always storm your life with shouts and fire. More often, He seeps through unnoticed, like water leaking behind a wall, eroding strength quietly, gradually. In the midst of this, remember the words of Scripture, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour." 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8. The call is clear: alertness, discipline, and decisive action are required. You must close doors that invite compromise, interrupt conversations that steal peace, and reject thoughts that diminish your spirit. Your hands are given to wield the weapons of discernment, your heart to remain steadfast, and your mind to choose life over fear. Everything I have placed within you, the faith, the hope, the courage, is sufficient to counter the subtle attacks that seek to weaken you. The armor is near, the sword is in your hand, yet the choice remains yours, to act or to allow rust to form. My child, if you hear this message, know that the enemy has not yet prevailed. Chains can still break, and a single step toward me will diminish the strength of any assault. Comment: I am vigilant, my spirit is armed with divine strength. Do not allow the noise of the world to drown my voice. I speak, and even the winds obey. I command, and the seas calm. Yet many of you endure weight upon your chest, unnamed knots that constrict without explanation. This is no random misfortune, it is a siege, a deliberate effort to divert your attention and drain your spirit. I reveal this to you so that you may perceive the danger before it becomes irreparable. Like a painter who lifts the varnish from a canvas, I show you the underlying cracks, the places where moisture erodes what seems perfect. It is not to frighten you, but to equip you with foresight. A wise farmer knows when to uproot weeds that threaten the harvest, so too must you recognize thoughts, memories, and conversations that were never planted by me. They aim to diminish your growth, to distract your attention, and to ignite small flames of discontent that, if left unchecked, can spread into uncontrollable fires. You are not designed to wander aimlessly or to seek validation from outside sources. You are created to move with purpose, anchored in the reality of who I am and who you are in me. Comment: I discern what comes from God, I remove what is false. You were designed to act, not to be passive in the storm. Like a fisherman whose boat takes on water, do not argue with the waves. Take up the bucket, remove the excess, repair the boards, and secure what is loose. This is the posture I desire from you, proactive, deliberate, and unwavering. Remove the words and thoughts that corrupt your inner vessel as if they were filthy water attempting to sink your ship. Forge new connections, grounded in truth and love, anchored in me. Watch attentively as the enemy approaches. First, a subtle distraction, seductive and serene. Then it becomes habit, the habit becomes routine, and routine creates a path where my voice can no longer be heard. The process is slow, often invisible, yet potent. Recognize it, resist it, and act before the fire spreads. Do not wait until the flame diminishes the light I placed within you. Comment: I act with wisdom, I guard my spirit diligently. The enemy will attempt to accuse, to undermine, and to convince you of your insufficiency. This comes not as a loud confrontation but as quiet whispers, letters without signatures, doubts planted in the soil of your mind. They claim it is too late, that your prayers are weak, that redemption is beyond reach. Yet I am here to rekindle the flame. The breath that brought you to life still sustains you. It is powerful and unyielding. Consider how you protect your computer from malicious files. Your mind, too, must be shielded against invasive thoughts that seek to corrupt, destroy, or discourage you. You possess the authority to reject what diminishes you. Each thought, each notification, each message that assaults your peace can be filtered through divine discernment. Reject what humiliates, pollutes, or enslaves. Embrace what lifts, cleanses, and brings you closer to me. True freedom begins where conscious renunciation takes root, not where passive endurance allows decay to continue. Comment: I protect my heart, I embrace divine wisdom. There are doors that must be closed within your life, doors of resentment, jealousy, and unnecessary indulgence in destructive content. When I instruct you to close them, it is not to punish, but to liberate. Freedom emerges when letting go becomes a seed of life, not a chain of guilt. The enemy searches not for guarded gates, but for cracks, for weaknesses overlooked in your daily vigilance. These small lapses allow the quiet erosion of faith, hope, and joy. Watch carefully the patterns of distraction, the habits that consume your attention, and the subtle lies that undermine confidence and peace. Guard your inner gates as meticulously as a city under siege, knowing that your smallest actions, what you permit and reject, shape the destiny of your soul. Now, take these tools I provide and act. Observe the subtle encroachments upon your mind and heart. Address them with courage and clarity. Remove the weeds, fortify the foundations, and strengthen the boards of your spiritual house. Your life is not merely to survive the assault, it is to flourish despite it. The strength I give you is not temporary, it is enduring, a living power that transforms weakness into victory. Stand, not in fear, but in awareness. Reject the fleeting illusions of peace that the world offers and embrace the eternal certainty of my presence. Every small act of vigilance, every deliberate choice to align with me, reinforces the structure of your soul. Your spiritual house can and will withstand the storms, not because you are perfect, but because you are joined with me, your firm foundation, your refuge, and your guide. Comment: I stand firm, my foundation is in God. Beloved child, this message is not only warning but empowerment. The path ahead demands clarity, courage, and deliberate action. Recognize the attacks before they take root, act decisively, and protect the life I have entrusted to you. Guard your heart and mind with vigilance, fortify the foundation with faith, and respond with wisdom to every challenge. You are not alone, I am with you, the unseen force that strengthens, directs, and sustains. The enemy may surround, but cannot prevail against one who stands anchored in my presence. Your life, your peace, your joy, and your purpose are safe in my hands when you choose vigilance, action, and faith over passivity, doubt, and compromise. Rise, fortify, and shine, for the foundations you build now will hold for generations to come. Beloved child, pause for a moment and open your heart fully to hear me. Every word you will receive now is not a coincidence, it is a call from your soul, a whisper meant to penetrate the depths of your being, reminding you that even when the world around you seems silent, I am present. I observe every gesture, every thought, and every desire that rises within you. Yet, I notice something subtle that often undermines your discipline in prayer, the constant comparison with others that drives you into a race I never asked you to run. It is a quiet, corrosive pressure that dims the flame of your devotion, making you believe that what I have for you is delayed or insufficient. This is the irony that bites like a sharp joke, slowly eroding your faith, drop by drop, until it begins to wear away your certainty. Confess your heart, surrender your burdens, and allow your tone to shift toward me. Your spiritual home requires subtle restoration, not only the hammering of immediate, dramatic changes. Imagine an old radio that has drifted off its proper frequency. The problem is not in the airwaves, but in the dial itself. In the same way, your spirit sometimes drifts from clarity, not because I am absent, but because your attention has shifted. I am not weak. I am never faint. Today, I will turn that dial with you. Be still inside, inhale my presence, and let my words recalibrate your senses. Speak aloud, "Here, I belong to the Lord. I reject what is not of the Lord. I am His, wholly and completely." As you align your speech with my truth, the atmosphere around you begins to change. Some things I accomplish instantly, but many I carry with you step by step, because I desire to see your soul grow strong and steadfast. Just as a doctor does not perform a surgery and vanish, I continue with your process, providing guidance, adjustments, and moments of reflection. Your heart is my consultation room, your days are my therapy, and the goal is not merely to remove pain, but to teach your soul to thrive in its absence. Healing is never simply about eliminating discomfort, it is about cultivating a life that flourishes despite challenges. You must understand this essential truth: you are not fighting against flesh and blood, against harsh words or painful memories. These are merely the visible facades of the battle. The true struggle occurs in the spirit. My word has already revealed this to you. Our conflict is with unseen forces, principalities and powers that seek to divert, weaken, and ensnare you. When you make your spouse, child, or companion the enemy, you waste your strength on the wrong target. Attack not the branches, but the root. How, you ask, can you strike at the root? The answer is simple, yet profound: forgive. Forgive not as one who condones the wrong, but as one who releases the chains of the past. Forgiveness does not erase the pain or pretend it never existed. Rather, it declares that suffering will no longer reign over your spirit. Speak words of life and blessing over those who have hurt you. Your mouth, my child, is a key. It opens doors to freedom or locks chains around your own soul. When you bless, bonds fall away. When you curse, you entangle yourself with others. The act of retaliation may seem like justice, but it imprisons your heart far more than theirs. Release, let go, and protect your days with intention. Wake with me before the world pulls your gaze toward distractions. I am the unchanging news, the eternal truth that never falters. Lift your hand to your chest and declare, "I consecrate this day to the Lord. I consecrate my thoughts, my words, my steps. Anyone who seeks to steal them shall be stopped at the boundary. My home has an invisible fence when consecrated. My family feels the difference, even when they cannot explain it. Worship transforms the atmosphere. It perfumes the space around you with the fragrance of my presence. If these words stir your heart, testify by writing, consecrate, and affirm the faith you have chosen. Just as a mason uses a plumb line to align a wall, I provide you with a simple measure for your spiritual health. Begin with your peace, not the absence of challenges, but the certainty that I am with you. Next, assess your love, not romantic emotion, but the steadfast determination to act rightly and extend kindness. If your love feels diminished, your source requires restoration. Lastly, consider your hope. Even when the future seems shadowed, remember that I am already there, preparing the path ahead. Where peace, love, and hope converge, the enemy loses power. Name the anxieties that rise in your mind. This is fear. This is pride. This is envy. This is loneliness. By bringing darkness into the light, you diminish its grip. Replace each negative force with my truth. When fear whispers you cannot, answer with my promise. When pride prevents reconciliation, respond with humility. When envy grips your heart, counter it with gratitude. Transform poison into healing, because every choice either builds a wall or opens a door. The seemingly small acts of faith, devotion, and obedience today lay the foundation that will shield you tomorrow. Recall the parable of the servant who left a home empty and swept. The unclean spirit departed, but when it returned, it found the space ready to be filled again. Never leave your soul vacant. Eliminate the unworthy, but fill the emptiness with what comes from me. Praise, study, acts of service, concrete generosity, these are the stones with which your spiritual dwelling is built. Life requires a holy commitment, a sense of purpose that flows from above. Those who serve understand why they exist. Those who bless open the windows for heaven to enter. Many ask, why does the trial seem so long? But I tell you, all fire refines, and every moment of waiting has its place in the molding of your soul. The strength you cultivate through obedience and attention today becomes the fortress that preserves you tomorrow. Understand that discipline in your spiritual life is a tender, precise art. It is not about frantic effort or constant striving. It is about quiet alignment, consistent tuning, and attentive listening. Just as a violin must be tightened to produce clear tones, your heart requires adjustment and care. When distractions threaten to pull you away from me, when comparison or resentment arises, return to the simple center, me. I am the constant in a world of chaos, the compass when the map seems confusing. Your mind may whirl with thoughts of inadequacy or frustration, but in these moments, remember to breathe my presence into every cell of your being. Name the disruptions, the doubts, the fears, and replace them with declarations of my authority and goodness. Your voice is powerful. Your words carry weight, even in silence. Declare, I am aligned with the Lord. I am protected. I am guided. I belong to Him. Each statement, each acknowledgement, gradually reshapes the landscape of your life. Small, deliberate acts of spiritual discipline accumulate into a mighty force against the unseen adversary. Faith, my beloved, is not a single surge of emotion or a rare moment of clarity. It is cultivated like a garden, nurtured daily with water, sunlight, and care. When you feed your soul with prayer, worship, reflection, and righteous action, you prepare fertile ground for the blessings I have already prepared for you. Do not be deceived by the apparent slowness of change. It is the patient shaping of character and understanding that produces lasting strength. Every trial you endure, every lesson you learn, is a stone in the foundation of your enduring faith. Even when frustration whispers that progress is slow, remember that I am crafting a spirit that is resilient, discerning, and wise. In time, you will see how each moment, each challenge, and each act of obedience has contributed to the fortified life you now inhabit. Your heart, my precious child, is both the battlefield and the sanctuary. Guard it with intention, nurture it with love, and consecrate it daily. Resist the temptation to fixate on superficial victories or to measure your worth by comparison. Instead, focus on alignment with me, the cultivation of peace, love, and hope, and the deliberate practice of forgiveness and blessing. These are the true weapons against the unseen forces that seek to ensnare you. Speak life into your circumstances, speak hope into your days, and speak blessing over all who cross your path. When you act in accordance with these principles, you create an environment in which my presence can dwell freely, and the atmosphere shifts from heaviness to light, from chaos to order. Know that your commitment, however small it may seem, reverberates with eternal impact. The alignment of your spirit opens doors that no human effort could ever unlock, and fortifies your soul against attacks that the world cannot see. Never forget that the process of spiritual growth is continuous. You are never done, for my work in you is ongoing, shaping, refining, and restoring each day. Allow patience and discernment to guide you. Resist the urge to measure your progress by outward appearances or the pace of change in the world around you. Instead, measure by the transformation within, the resilience of your heart, the depth of your love, and the steadfastness of your hope. As you continue to follow, trust, and align with me, the invisible battles are overcome, the silent struggles are resolved, and your spirit becomes a radiant, unshakable sanctuary. I am with you in every step, every breath, and every intention, guiding, correcting, and empowering you to live fully as the beloved child I have called you to be. My beloved child, pause for a moment and let your heart open to my voice. The heat you feel around you is not punishment, nor a trial meant to destroy, but a refining process designed to purify your spirit and strengthen your faith. You are not an unshaped piece of iron, but a precious jewel in my hands. I know the precise degree of fire that each soul can endure, and I do not allow what belongs to me to be consumed unnecessarily. Every challenge, every trial, every moment of pressure is carefully measured, not to harm, but to refine, to bring forth the brilliance hidden within you. While the furnace burns, keep your gaze upon me, for I am the source of endurance and the sustainer of your inner light. Your faith is not a fragile candle that the winds of circumstance can easily extinguish. It is a lighthouse built on a solid foundation, sustained by the oil of truth and perseverance. Nurture this oil, child, for it is the substance that keeps your light burning and guides others in the dark. Do not limit your devotion to public displays or to the rituals of Sunday. I see you not only among crowds but in the secret places of your heart, where no one else watches. It is there, in the quiet of your soul, that true transformation occurs. Close the door to the world and speak to me in the silence where no one else listens. I collect the tears that you hide from others, one by one, and I turn them into water that nourishes the seeds of future opportunities and blessings. Every sorrow you carry in secrecy is not wasted. It is a resource for growth, for resilience, and for greater understanding of my presence in your life. Even the smallest sorrow, when surrendered to me, becomes a source of life, a preparation for the abundance and peace that lie ahead. Let your heart understand that what appears weak in your eyes is fertile soil in mine. Your experiences, your age, your trials, all of these are tools for victory if you will only use them to remind yourself of what I have done before and what I will continue to do. Recall, my child, the moments when I have delivered you from danger, provided in ways you did not expect, reconciled what seemed impossible, and protected you when you could not protect yourself. These memories are not mere recollections. They are fortifications against the lies of failure and discouragement. Let them rise in your mind and heart as testimonies of my faithfulness. Every victory you remember becomes a shield that guards you from the enemy's deception. Let your heart seal my promises within you, not as fragile hopes, but as eternal truths that cannot be undone. Submit to me completely, and you will find refuge under my mantle. The storms may rage around you, but in my presence, you are never overwhelmed. Stand firm, child, for persistence is not about shouting louder but about holding your ground with the correct heart, attitude, and the authority of my word upon your lips. Look upon your home with new eyes. Every space, no matter how ordinary, can become a sanctuary of connection with me. The table where you eat can be an altar, the living room a chapel, the bedroom a garden of communion. Designate areas, objects, and times to honor me. Remove the distractions that steal your focus, and embrace simplicity, for simplicity opens the door to my presence. Happiness does not require abundance, only surrender. Give me freedom to reign in your life, and you will find that peace and contentment can flourish in even the humblest of surroundings. Prepare your spaces thoughtfully, music that elevates, readings that inspire, prayers of gratitude. Let even your pillow carry the fragrance of trust and peace, for when your soul rests in me, your body rests naturally. The dawn will feel lighter because your spirit has been unburdened during the night. Your strength does not come from the absence of challenges, but from my presence within you. Speak blessings as your daily practice. Bless the ones you encounter, the people at the market, those you pass on the street, the voices on the phone. Words carry authority. They can change atmospheres, restore peace, and bring reconciliation where conflict once thrived. You may feel small, insignificant, but the breath of my spirit flows through you. Your lips can sow seeds of hope, peace, and renewal in places you may never see. Let your heart embrace the truth that even small, righteous actions are mighty in their spiritual effect. Align your words with my will, and you become an instrument of my purpose on earth. Even the small, seemingly insignificant decisions matter profoundly. Choosing forgiveness when it is difficult, guarding your thoughts against negativity, creating time to serve without expectation of return, these acts are not trivial. They are strategic defenses, walls that protect your heart and spirit. Declare your mornings with purpose, name your goals, and recognize that your life is not a series of mistakes or a punishment. You were sent for a reason. Your routine, when guided by my presence, becomes a sacred rhythm that fortifies your soul. Your life carries meaning beyond what is visible. Small acts of obedience and righteousness build a fortress around your spirit. Do not allow yourself to be defined by what you have suffered or the mistakes you have made. You are not a survivor merely clinging to life. You are a child of destiny, covered and protected by my love. The garments of victimhood and guilt no longer fit you. Identify the people, habits, and thoughts that pull you away from communion with me, and release them. Surround yourself with those who remind you of my promises and who encourage you to rise higher. Spiritual fellowship is not optional, it is a heavenly strategy. I have already dismantled the tools the enemy has used to wound your heart. Accept my restoration and let it fill you with the confidence to walk in the freedom you were intended to enjoy. Take a deep breath, my beloved child, and listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. Do not rush these words, for they are not merely sounds in the air. They are the whispers of heaven, reaching the depths of your heart to remind you that you are never alone. Every trial you face, every door that seems closed, every tear you have shed, has not gone unnoticed. The unseen realm is alive, and forces beyond your sight are at work for your good. When your faith meets the expression of your voice, the atmosphere around you shifts. When you pray, not out of habit but with a heart attuned to the divine, the earth itself listens. Doors that once seemed immovable begin to open. Relationships that were fraying are soothed by your small acts of grace, by your choice to respond with love rather than reaction. Even the smallest seeds of faith, when nurtured in truth and sincerity, grow into mighty oaks where rest and protection are found. The kingdom of heaven grows silently, often unnoticed, but its power is unstoppable. You may feel weary from trying repeatedly, but I offer you a rest that is not inactivity, it is trust in action. As you walk through life, let these words guide your steps, let them be a compass for your decisions, and know that even when the storm rages, my presence is unwavering beside you. Your heart becomes still, allowing you to make clearer choices, to listen more deeply, and to discern what truly matters. Do not confuse this rest with passivity, for it is a dynamic confidence, an active trust that moves in harmony with me. The battles you once fought with people, with circumstances, even with yourself, now take a new shape. You no longer wrestle in frustration but choose to fight the good fight of faith. In this quiet inner space, miracles bloom without announcement, without the clamor of recognition. Doors that were previously overlooked now stand wide open before you. And if tears fill your eyes, I welcome them, for they are the waters that nourish your soul. Each drop carries the power of renewal, and no broken heart is ever rejected by my hands. I see your pain, and I transform it into a new beginning. The enemy seeks to isolate you, to convince you that continuing is futile, but I lift you up, and I send you forward. Your story does not fall into the dust. It is placed on a table where many will find sustenance and hope. Your life, your journey, becomes a testimony not of despair but of divine provision, a living bread that feeds those who hunger for encouragement. Even when the storms rage around you, the house of your spirit, built on the rock of my words, remains firm. The wind may howl, the rain may pour, the waves may crash, yet the foundation holds, because it is set in the right place. You, my child, are that home when you act upon my guidance. You are not perfect, yet your feet stand on solid ground. The strength of your foundation is not measured by outward beauty or applause, but by the depth of your faith and your willingness to persevere despite obstacles. The challenges you face do not define your destiny. They reveal where your inner structure requires fortification. In these moments, I rebuild, strengthen, and expand you. Walk with me, and you will know the security that comes from divine alignment. Breathe in my peace and feel it fill the spaces once occupied by anxiety, doubt, and fear. The world's battles are unending, yet within you, a new rhythm is established. Your heart recognizes the way forward, your mind discerns what to say, what to do, and where to place your trust. You learn where to close doors that would lead to harm and where to rekindle the flame of what is righteous and good. The night may seem long, but the dawn always arrives with a new song of hope. Raise your head, for your light is not weak. Your voice carries authority, your steps regain balance, and my hand never releases you. In the midst of this divine guidance, I now want to speak to you about the friend I sent to accompany you, so that loneliness does not steal your courage. This friend is not a memory, a symbol, or a fleeting sensation. It is the Holy Spirit, who searches the depths of your being and brings your silent groans to heaven. The Spirit does not knock politely at your door, waiting to be invited. It dwells within you as living water, flowing freely into every parched place of your soul. When you welcome this presence, it does more than offer a moment of peace. It comes as a strategist, a general guiding the course of your life. It discerns the trenches dug by the enemy and illuminates the paths that appear narrow but are secure. The Spirit alerts you to the subtleties of temptation, revealing the hidden scent of destruction that might otherwise pass unnoticed. It equips you with the power to say no, to turn away, to close doors firmly behind you. Imagine a lamp in a dark room. Its light does not only illuminate objects, it transforms your perception, allowing you to navigate safely. The Spirit functions in this way, constantly illuminating your thoughts before they manifest into actions, clarifying your words before they leave your lips. By walking in this light, obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become navigable. You do not walk in perfection, but in heightened awareness. There will be days when your burden feels unbearably heavy, when even words of prayer seem elusive. In these times, the Spirit rises within you like a gentle wind, gaining strength and carrying your prayers to the Father. It intercedes on your behalf, translating your weariness into words of divine wisdom. Like a faithful companion, it meets you on treacherous paths, opens doors, and invites you to step forward with renewed strength. You discover that you advance not by your own power, but by being carried, supported, and guided. The enemy knows the potency that manifests when you are filled with the Spirit and will seek to distract, hasten, or exhaust you. A believer disconnected from this inner guidance is like an army without a commander, equipped with weapons but uncertain where to aim. The Spirit brings precision to your life, ensuring that every action, every word, and every decision aligns with the purposes of heaven. It reminds you of Scripture at the exact moment you need it and prompts you to extend a helping hand in ways that seem coincidental, yet are divinely orchestrated. Trust in this presence, my child, and let it be the lens through which you perceive the world. It teaches you discernment, patience, and courage. It brings clarity to confusion and strength to weakness. Even when temptation whispers, you are able to recognize it, face it, and overcome it through the power I provide. Life's storms will come, yet in you, a sanctuary of divine guidance is established. The Spirit equips you to navigate complexities with wisdom and act with integrity even when no one is watching. Your decisions become channels of light in darkness, reflections of my love and authority manifested on earth. You are not alone, nor are you powerless. You have been entrusted with the tools of heaven. Do not measure your journey by the absence of struggle, but by the presence of perseverance. Each step taken in faith, each moment of trust, each act of obedience builds an unshakable structure within you. Challenges serve not to destroy but to refine, not to weaken but to illuminate the strength that resides in a heart aligned with heaven. Your eyes see clearer, your ears hear more acutely, your soul senses with a depth previously unknown. Every closed door, every moment of resistance, every test of patience becomes an opportunity for growth and revelation. Even when you stumble, the Spirit lifts you, setting you on the right path, adjusting your steps, and reminding you that your story has purpose. The light within you is not dimmed by trials but made more brilliant. Your testimony is more than a recounting of survival, it is a banquet of hope for those who hunger. What the enemy meant for harm becomes a blessing to others. Your life becomes an example of how faith operates in unseen dimensions, how divine timing orchestrates every moment, and how perseverance yields fruit. You are both witness and participant in a story greater than yourself, a narrative of redemption, provision, and the triumph of divine guidance. Your words, actions, and choices ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully comprehend. Trust that nothing is wasted. Every tear, every struggle, every prayer is transformed into nourishment for the soul of someone else. Stand firm in this truth, my beloved child. Continue to walk with eyes lifted, heart open, and spirit attuned. Let my words be the foundation upon which you build your daily life, and let the presence of the Spirit be the compass guiding your every step. You are not navigating alone. The unseen forces that once sought to sway you now serve under my authority, and your faith anchors you amidst uncertainty. As you continue forward, know that the kingdom grows within and around you, that doors open, hearts are healed, and purpose is fulfilled. You are equipped, you are guided, and you are loved beyond measure. Rest in this reality, for it is yours to walk in, to live in, and to carry as a beacon of hope to the world. Beloved child, take a moment now and open your heart fully to what I am about to whisper to you. The presence I send is not a fleeting sensation or a casual guide. It is the living Spirit moving in and through every part of your life. It is present in the mundane, in the routine, in moments you might have once dismissed as ordinary. I want you to learn to recognize it not only in prayer, in holy spaces, or in sacred gatherings, but in the quiet streets where you walk, in the kitchen where you prepare your meals, and in the corridors of your work. Every action, every decision, every thought can be touched by this presence if you allow it. It is not a recommendation to keep tucked away. It is a guide to walk beside you, whispering wisdom into your ears, softening your heart, and strengthening your resolve. It moves in the small moments, giving clarity when confusion arises and courage when fear wants to settle in. When your hands reach for a phone to connect with someone who is struggling, when your heart hesitates over a conversation, when doubt clouds your mind about a choice, this Spirit is there, ready to guide your steps with precision. As it is written, "But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all that I said to you." John 14 verse 26. Do not misunderstand this as a distant or abstract force. It is as intimate as a breath, as close as the blood pulsing through your veins, seeking only to make your life a channel of blessing. Allow the Spirit to permeate the ordinary with extraordinary insight. It inspires solutions where you saw obstacles, and it reminds you to extend grace where resentment might have taken root. It awakens you to the needs of those around you, prompting words of encouragement that become lifelines, gestures of care that heal hidden wounds. When you invite this Spirit with sincerity, you will notice your mundane routines transform into moments of divine orchestration. Cooking a simple meal, driving down a familiar street, or cleaning your home may become acts of worship and service because your eyes have been opened to the spiritual dimension present in all things. Your conversations will carry a weight and beauty you had not recognized before. Your presence will breathe life into relationships that once felt stagnant, and your decisions will reflect the wisdom that surpasses human understanding. The Spirit is not merely a comforter, it is an agent of restoration. Areas of your life you once assumed lost, relationships you deemed irreparable, ambitions you believed had died, all are made fertile ground when the Spirit moves. Like oil on rusty gears, it dissolves the corrosion of pride, misunderstanding, and resentment, allowing the machinery of your life to operate smoothly once more. The Spirit knows exactly where to begin, and it will not leave a single place untouched if you permit it. Heed the Spirit's warnings before danger arrives. As a shepherd senses the predator long before it is seen, the Spirit grants sensitivity to the unseen, a discernment that allows you to navigate the spiritual currents around you. It may awaken you in the stillness of night to pray for a loved one, redirect you away from a hasty agreement, or guide you to change direction just in time to avoid calamity. Obedience is more than protection for yourself, it becomes a shield for those around you. Fear of correction often keeps people from listening, yet correction is never punitive, it is the loving hand that sets you free. Think of it as a physician who reveals the examination not to shame, but to prescribe a cure. Each instruction, each gentle rebuke, strengthens your resilience, fortifies your spirit, and equips you for the battles that rage unseen. When you are weak, it reminds you that strength is not born solely from within. When you are uncertain, it whispers clarity. When you are weary, it imbues you with courage. It is a companion whose love is relentless, a presence that validates your belonging and anchors your soul amidst the storms of life. Open the door fully to this spirit. Do not confine it to the spaces you display outwardly, but allow it to enter the closets of fear, the rooms of hidden hesitation, and the balconies of fragile pride. Its desire is to rule over every aspect of your existence so that protection, guidance, and restoration are complete. When the Spirit fills your words, even silence carries peace. When it fills your gaze, even a glance conveys encouragement. When it fills your touch, unseen wounds begin to heal. The adversary may scheme, but where the Spirit dwells, the atmosphere shifts. Darkness has no foothold, for light reigns supremely in the heart yielded to divine guidance. Your life becomes a lighthouse amidst tumultuous seas, a beacon that reveals the power of surrender and the truth that no opposition can withstand the presence of God moving through a human vessel. Each breath, each heartbeat becomes a rhythm of divine orchestration, and you find that your life, once ordinary, is now intertwined with eternity. Let the Spirit's flow transform your inner landscape. It is not a fleeting emotional response, nor is it the transient lift of inspiration. It is a river that rises from the desert places of your soul, saturating dry soil and bringing forth living water. Every time you yield to this current, it fortifies your courage, sharpens your discernment, and restores your hope. Anxiety loses its grip, and fear begins to evaporate under the warmth of this presence. Thoughts that once held power over you diminish, replaced by clarity and insight. You respond to challenges with composure, speak with wisdom, and choose paths that reflect divine purpose. It is not your discipline alone that molds your heart, it is the Spirit actively shaping, correcting, and guiding you into fullness. There are moments when its voice is a gentle breeze upon your cheek, moments when it is a firm wind urging you to move, moments when it is a calm current carrying you through trials without sinking into despair. Learn to recognize the subtle signs, for every whisper carries a message of guidance, protection, and love. Do not underestimate the quiet power of the Spirit's work within you. It is in the subtleties, the softened word, the restrained reaction, the pause before judgment, that its strength becomes most evident. Hearts are healed, conflicts are resolved, and clarity emerges from confusion not through grand gestures but through small, consistent acts guided by this presence. You will find that as you align with the Spirit, you carry peace into turbulent environments, hope into despairing situations, and clarity into moments clouded by deception. Like a river carving a canyon over centuries, the Spirit's work is persistent and transformative, reshaping your character, strengthening your resolve, and preparing you for the challenges that lie ahead. There is no part of your life too small or too broken for its influence. Every corner it touches becomes fertile ground for grace, and every act of obedience magnifies its effect. Finally, beloved child, understand that walking with the Spirit is both a responsibility and a gift. It requires surrender, attentiveness, and willingness to obey without partial compliance. Yet in exchange, it brings protection, insight, courage, and the assurance that you are never alone. Where the Spirit moves, darkness cannot prevail, confusion cannot hold sway, and fear loses its dominion. Your life becomes a testament to the power of yielding to God's guidance, a living proof that heaven can touch earth when a heart is fully surrendered. Embrace it fully, allow it to guide every word, thought, and action, and watch as even the most ordinary moments transform into acts of faith with eternal consequences. The Spirit is not a force to be managed, it is a companion to be trusted, a guide to be followed, and a presence that will never leave your side. In yielding to this divine presence, you become a vessel through which light, peace, and love flow to a world desperate for touch from heaven. This is your inheritance, your mission, and your protection, and it is ready to be embraced today, now, and always. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.